歡迎大家翻嚟座談天下 CYC 呈獻之社區與你，我係大家嘅主持陳家輝 Kyle。咁一路永遠啦，我有我哋嘅嘉賓主持 Francis 上到。咁我知道 Francis，我同你其實有好多共通點啦。第一大家都做過 CYC 啦；二以前大家都係長頭髮啦，同埋其實有好多朋友睇過呢個節目都覺得我哋係兩兄弟嚟嘅。我嘥咗好多時間解釋唔係。咁另外一個比較重要少少，我覺得嘅共通點就係我哋兩個都係 Asian American Studies 嘅畢業生啦，即係亞裔歷史。咁我其實想首先問你，亞裔歷史究竟係咩咧？
我諗喺成個讀我哋叫種族關係嘅成個學系入邊啦，咁其實我哋叫讀種族研究 ethnic studies 咧，係一個比較大嘅範疇嚟嘅。咁我諗簡單嚟講係每一個種族由佢嘅我哋所謂嘅直線嚟講，佢讀嘅歷史進化背景啦，或者橫向嘅社會進化背景，其實呢兩個咧都係話咗俾我哋聽。呢個族群而家尤其喺美國嘅無論亞裔、拉美裔或者非裔，佢經過一條乜嘢嘅路行到去呢一步。咁令到可能係而家呢一代甚至下一代有機會知道過往呢個族群喺呢個社會上面點樣進步，或者面對緊乜嘢嘅衝擊。同一時間，我諗亦都係俾大家可以跨族裔嘅，即係一樣。你唔係一定亞太裔先讀亞裔研究嘅，你可以讀非裔研究，甚至拉丁裔研究，視乎你個興趣同埋你個方向性嘅啫。咁我自己係好開心喺嗰段時間，因為我本身亦都係翻去讀書嗰時間，年紀已經唔細啦，我30歲嗰時間。咁對我嚟講，呢個係一個比較全新嘅畫面嚟嘅。第一，我其實對美國當其時所認識真係好少好少。咁喺亞裔研究係真係俾我學識翻，原來經歷咗咁多代嘅華人，原來有咁多嘅艱辛嘅歷史。亦都唔單止喺亞裔或者係我哋叫做南亞裔。所有嘅族裔之間其實都有一段好艱苦嘅時期嘅。咁作為一個新移民，對我自己嚟講係比較舒緩啲啦。咁同埋亦都更加去明白甚至體諒每一個族群點解佢而家會係一個咁嘅處境咧？點樣可以協助到大家咧？咁呢個都係我讀成個學系嘅一個得着嚟嘅。
咁其實好多家長聽完之後會問，究竟讀完呢個學系有啲咩用咧？其實陳生
好老實説話，我諗我自己讀大學嘅每一科咧，其實都係揾唔到工嘅。咁譬如我讀古典文學、中國古典文學，我讀亞裔研究。咁其實咧，我諗讀書喺我嗰個年紀嗰時嘅，其實係一個個人嘅修為嚟嘅。咁當然啦，去到家長嚟講，係咪一定去到一個年紀再大啲嘅時間，你係一定要靠讀一個學位或者讀一個課程？我諗唔係啊，而係可能好多知識咧，或者你所有嘅常識咧，其實喺日常生活你一個了解，或者你經過生活嘅探索入邊咧，其實你可以增長到好多唔同嘅知識，甚至可能你喺返大學嘅時間比呢種常識係更加多。我諗喺亞裔研究入邊比較我會做個睇重嘅就係一個叫做社會學嘅背景啦嚇。你點樣去一個社會上邊大家嘅互相嘅支持點與矛盾？呢個係有時講跨族裔，甚至係你個族裔本身嘅立腳點啊。另外一個有啲情況亦都係講緊，究竟我哋需要啲乜嘢？我諗成個過程我聽，我哋缺乏咗啲乜嘢？我哋應該係為下一代做啲乜嘢？咁呢個家長如果可以喺呢個過程入邊有啲啟發，甚至可以同佢小朋友揾到相同嘅方向咧，其實對整個家庭嘅成長係會好有幫助。點解你會想讀呢個亞裔研究，或者點解嗰時會選擇呢一科嘅咧？
其實好老實講，我選擇呢一科其實係因為我唔知仲有啲咩科可以讀。咁我比較覺得亞裔文化係對我自己貼地少少啦，即係起碼我自己知道我都係一個中國人，咁我都其實想了解下中國人喺美國嘅歷史係乜嘢，好似你之前咁所講啦。咁其實好老實講，我當時都仲係一個後生仔啦，其實我自己都有少少 identity crisis， 即係身份其實都有啲矛盾嘅。身為一個喺美國長大嘅中國人啦，我屋企係好傳統嘅，全部都係講晒中文。咁其實我出到去，有陣時我會覺得尷尬，點解我阿爸阿媽唔識講英文咧？會唔會俾朋友見到？會唔會有啲語咧？咁其實由細到大到高中我都好矛盾，都唔知究竟我係應該自豪啊，對我中國嘅民族，定話應該遠離少少咧，直頭唔講中文咧？咁我入到大學有一個機會試讀過一個亞洲歷史嘅課程啦。咁其實好多講嘅嘢，我覺得我relate 到啊，好貼身啊，我係完全明白佢講緊乜嘢啦。咁你講起歷史，我其實覺得比較重要嘅一部分就係好多發生緊近排嘅事件唔係新嘅，歧視啊、襲擊中國人啊或者華裔啦，唔係新嘅，歷史內發生咗好多事，但係因為喺學校學唔到，咁好多人係唔知道其實歷史係重複緊啊。咁我覺得亞裔歷史喺呢一方面唔係淨係亞裔歷史啦，其實民族嘅 studies 啦都係非常非常重要嘅咯。
咁絕對同意，我諗大家喺個學系入邊咧，唔係單止認識到自己係個咩人，亦認識到大家係一個咩嘅人。喺咁嘅過程入邊，其實我哋會感受到大家嘅痛苦啊。而呢個痛苦咧，其實我哋叫做 bear 到啦，我哋可以維持住呢一種我哋唔明白但係想去處理嘅痛苦，係會更加有幫助去令到大家拉近一個關係。我諗成個亞裔研究或者種族研究入邊咧，都係想令到大家會有一個平衡嘅發展空間，可以更加融和，甚至更加同化咗呢一種嘅差異。咁所以我諗喺當然啦，喺成個過程入邊係好多嘅認識，亦都好多個我哋講嘅發掘學知識嘅樂趣啦。咁當然我哋亦都會喺嚟緊個過程入邊我哋希望知道得更加多，而係喺個過程入邊亦都可以點樣去同大家分享到呢一種嘅知識，同埋見到一種新嘅力量咯。
唔該晒陳生，咁我哋先休息一陣，下一次再翻嚟。
本節目係由新呼吸基金會特約贊助。
歡迎大家翻嚟第二節嘅 CYC 呈現社區與你。咁陳生我身為一個新移民家庭長大嘅年青人啦，我知道我屋企長大環境個移民經歷係比較難嘅。我知道我爸爸媽媽一嚟到揾唔到工啦，因為語言嘅障礙。咁佢哋就算響大陸或者未嚟之前嘅學業，全部嚟到都唔計到啦。咁我知道我身為一個移民家庭長大嘅青少年，我都受到好多歧視嘅眼光啦，喺學校。咁我想問你，你覺得青少年家庭最大嘅難處係乜嘢咧？嚟到美國，
我諗講喺而家呢一代同埋我諗20年前，甚至40年又或者60年之前，其實個分別係越嚟越少啊！嗱，我諗睇翻喺60年之前或者40年之前，可能佢哋一個英文都唔識，全家冇其他嘅支援，可能佢個支援系統咧就靠嗰個族群本身已經建立咗嘅社團，咁即係包括我哋可能係華埠嘅所有嘅公所啊，去支援啲新移民嘅家庭。咁亦都覺得當其時嘅社區同埋叫做喺族群之間、內族群之間嘅關係會好唔同。日子就耐咗啦，我哋會發覺可能我哋未嚟之前，可能我哋已經有一部分嘅教育甚至財政嘅能力。咁嚟到嘅時間其實係一個過渡期啫。咁所以我諗係一個移民，但係記得每一個族群其實最主要唔係你嚟自邊個族群，而係你嚟自邊一個階層啊。而呢個階層，無論你可能有錢冇錢，你嘅知識或者你工作能力，先係你大家會相同分擔緊一種困難。咁呢一種就係所有嘅移民嘅困難，而家都係講緊究竟我冇機會可以再上一步走，揾一份好啲嘅工，買到間屋，呢啲所有都係改善嘅生活嘅空間。咁而呢啲咧就係我哋讀而家比較現今嘅亞裔研究入邊咧點樣去跨族群之間，我哋揾出一個相同嘅因素，然之後作出比較，然之後整個族群一齊去進入一個進步嘅部分入邊咯。
多謝晒陳生。咁我哋今個禮拜好開心、好榮幸啦，又可以再一次請到張教授由 SF State 啦講解新移民喺美國嘅難處。Welcome, Dr. Zhang. One of the questions we do have for you tonight is, what is the biggest challenge that you think are facing immigrants today coming to America?
I think one of the biggest struggles for a lot of immigrant parents is raising their children in a different culture and a different environment from their homeland, whether it's China or Hong Kong, or because in the United States, the educational system is really different, and they really prize students to speak out, to be assertive, to be driven. Whereas I think in a lot of Chinese American households, young people are told to be quiet. That makes them more obedient, more respectful, to listen to authorities. And so that contrast in how you communicate and how students are supposed to behave in a classroom really vary. So if a Chinese student is more quiet, is more reserved, Chinese people say, oh, what a good boy. But then in the American sense, they think, oh, he's too modest, he's not assertive enough, he won't be a leader. And so that creates a real struggle for the students, who then have to choose. Do I listen to my parents and be a quiet good boy, or do I listen to the Western teachers who tell me to be an outspoken good boy? And so I think that creates a lot of conflict for the students. And now, if Chinese parents don't understand the different models of education, how kids are supposed to question, how they're supposed to speak their own perspective, then it's really difficult for the second generation to know how to adjust and how to adapt to their new school environment.
Thank you. Another question I do, and I'm curious to ask is, I know model minority is very, very prevalent in terms of the Asian American studies, people who went to school and got an education and learned about model minority stereotypes. For a lot of our viewers at home who maybe know nothing about model minority stereotypes, how would you tell our families that this could have an impact on their daily lives?
Mm-hmm. The model minority stereotype is that other people, especially non-Asians, have this perspective that Asian American students are doing well. They're the model compared to other minority groups. And so since they're doing well, they don't need any more assistance. They don't cause trouble, they're quiet, so they're doing fine. And the problem with that is that, first of all, not every Asian American student is doing well. You could be quiet and be depressed. You be quiet and not understanding the homework. You can be quiet and not getting along with your friends or being bullied. And so a lot of Asian American students who are having issues in school or in their relationships or even in their family, they don't get the attention they need. They don't get the help that they need. And so it's really important for Chinese parents to understand people may not think that your students are doing poorly. They may just believe everything is fine. And it's up to actually the parents and the children to say, oh, we need some assistance. There's no shame in asking for help. And to tell teachers or authorities, can we pay some attention to my students so that they can get the resources they need? Again, whether it's schooling or whether how they relate to other friends or whether even their own mental health, how happy they are. So that's really important. This stereotype hurts students a lot because people sort of don't pay attention to Chinese American students. The other stereotype, though, that's really dangerous now is sometimes they think, oh, we're always just foreigners and different. And because everybody's an immigrant, people treat us as outsiders and treat us badly. So they think we're invading their neighborhood or they're taking away jobs and resources. And so people now are really hostile towards Chinese and Chinese Americans. I think that's the primary reason why, they banned Chinese researchers, they banned WeChat, they banned migration. It's because they think that we don't belong in America. So I think that's an even more serious stereotype and problem as well. But we could talk about that next time.
Thank you so much. I know time is running out. I do have one final question for you. I know you mentioned that it's bringing a lot of foreign-like feelings for Asian families. As immigrant family parents, or how would you say they could help their child with this?
Yeah, so now sometimes because your students may look different from others or speak a different language or even eat different foods, other students may bully them or may pick on them. And so you have to help your student be strong and to be proud of their background. And even if they need to speak up, again, it's not shameful to ask for help and to gain maybe some teacher support or maybe even support from you as a parent to let them share how they're scared or let them share how they may be worried about going to school. I think actually now that as we return to the classroom, some students are concerned about how they'll be treated. And so it's important for you as a parent to listen to them and to reassure them that they can be safe and that they can learn in a good environment.
歡迎大家翻嚟第三節嘅社區與你。咁我哋之前聽咗張教授講少少新移民嚟到美國嘅難處啦。咁我以我所知，陳生我都知你喺 CYC 以前做過好多幫新移民家庭做嘢嘅服務嘅，有冇少少經驗可以分享下呢？
其實都係要多謝翻三藩市州立大學咧，因為其實都係因為我讀完嗰個學系，我準備讀碩士嘅時間，咁我哋個教授就講你應該有啲真係實際嘅社區經驗喎。咁其實我開始做 CYC 嘅時間咧，我係因為諗住做咗暑期實習嘅啫，點知一做就做咗7年啦。咁所以咁對我嚟講就係原來認識咧係唔夠嘅，實踐咧係一個好重要嘅步驟。咁亦都好多謝呢7年嘅時間咧，亦都俾我一個機會，除咗亞裔之外，我開始跨出一步，我後尾會可以做非裔、做拉美裔同埋做其他嘅族裔。咁我諗喺成個經驗嚟講，做社工係我嘗試做一個橋梁， 去將亞太裔連接其他族裔。當然係一個好大嘅挑戰。第一就係語言上邊啦，我本身唔係出身，咁所以無論點流利嘅英文咧，都會有一定嘅難度嘅。第二就係文化上面嘅衝擊啦。我嘗試去進入嗰個世界嘅時候係需要多啲時間嘅，但係我諗喺成個過程入邊，我哋做亞裔研究或者做社工或者做所有社會服務嘅人都會就係我哋擺心機時間落去，喺一段時間入邊咧，對方係會感受到嘅。呢個唔單止係我哋對我哋嘅client 啦嘅青少年啦，亦都係家長對小朋友同一時間係需要平衡咁做嘅。我哋擺咁多心機時間做得啱嘅話，係會令到大家個關係越嚟越拉近嘅。我走兩步，你走一步，其實都會有一個接近嘅空間。同埋我諗喺亞洲研究或者亞太研究入邊咧，其實我哋都發覺咧，好多嘅族裔咧，其實我哋行過嘅痛苦路係完全一樣。咁佢點樣去分享呢個部分，同埋點樣去幫助對方，都可以有一個平等同埋平機嘅機會啦。呢個係我哋有時都有一定嘅鬥爭嘅。咁所以我係會支持所有種族係之間咧係點樣達至呢一種嘅機會率嘅。咁亦都喺個過程入邊咧，希望對方亦都了解我哋呢一份嘅心意。我諗呢個係一個磨合嘅同埋學習嘅過程咯。
非常好。其實因為我一開頭做社區青年中心嗰陣時啦，我以前提過啦，我係一個外展人員嚟嘅。其實你啱啱分享嗰啲經驗同我自己親身經驗係非常相近嘅。我做外展嗰陣時，其中一個我要做嘅工作位置啦，就係去唔同社區同唔同族裔打好嘅關係，睇下了解佢哋有啲咩需要啦，同埋我哋提供到啲咩服務可以幫到佢嘅。咁當然我一返到屋企同我媽講，喂，我揾到份工啦，我做呢樣嘢啊！我阿媽一聽到就係你要做啲乜嘢啊？咁我解釋啦，我做 CYC 幫高危嘅青少年做嘢嘅。咁一開頭佢聽到係亞裔嘅青少年都有少少放心啲啦，但係我再講少少話唔係㗎，其實我要同非裔同拉丁裔嘅青少年都要合作下㗎。咁我同阿媽講唔係淨係單止同亞裔嘅青少年做嘢啦，係由非裔啊、拉丁裔啊同種族裔嘅青少年都要合作嘅。咁當然唔係淨係我哋自己一個出去做外展啦，我哋嗰個外展團體係有非裔嘅工作人員啦、拉丁裔嘅工作人員啦，同埋唔同族裔嘅種族嘅。咁其實成個重點就係想話俾青少年聽，做個榜樣，我哋唔同族裔嘅朋友都可以一齊做嘢嘅，都可以團結起嚟。咁我哋希望由呢個榜樣，青少年係可以見到其實唔同種族、唔同皮膚嘅顏色，所有嘢其實都係一樣嘅。咁我由呢個經驗返到屋企，我其實知道咗一樣嘢，就係皮膚唔係重要嘅。其實個個族裔嘅困難，面對嘅困難都係非常非常相似嘅，同我屋企嗰啲都係低收入啊、語言上嘅困難啊，如此類推啦。咁其實喺亞裔歷史個課程啦，俾我啟動到好多嘢。另外一點我留意到嘅就係，其實亞裔歷史個範圍係好闊嘅，唔係淨係中國人。但係我一講親亞裔，我好多唔同族裔嘅朋友就覺得中國人係一定中國人，但係其實亞裔呢個字係有韓國人啊、日本人啊，同埋好多唔同嘅族裔嘅。咁我想問你陳生，你覺得因為呢個現象會唔會影響到亞裔咧？
我諗用一個大包圍式嘅方法去睇啦。亞太裔其實真係我哋就算簡單如亞裔、中國人裔、華裔，都其實有好多分支嘅。包括有你可能香港嚟、中國大陸嚟、澳門嚟、越南嚟即我諗每一個嘅背景嚟嘅話，其實都已經有一個唔同嘅背景，亦都面對緊每一個唔同嘅難度。咁我哋其實喺嘗試用一個好謙虛嘅角度去睇緊每一個族裔嘅點樣嚟到美國呢一步先咧？咁同埋係呢一族裔喺呢段時間點樣掙扎過，同埋點樣去互相扶持過。咁有啲情況之下，我哋係可以跨族裔，大家去重新建造一件事。我哋都係好多嘅年代入邊咧，其實好多跨族裔入邊咧係一路合作緊，一路鬥爭緊，而係一路去爭取我哋所需要嘅嘢。咁當然可能亦都有啲時間叫做蜜月期，有啲時間可能係一個比較有保持距離嘅時間。但我哋相信。如果我哋係可以揾到嗰個正確嘅方向，其實可能我哋只不過有少少分歧啫。我哋好快可以大家樣樣相碰到，向下一個階段出發嘅。咁亞裔研究或者族裔研究入邊咧，就好集中係講緊點樣去爭取我哋叫做 efficacy 嗰個部分啦，就係點樣去倡議喺整件事點樣去行下一步，或者點樣去跨族裔一齊行呢一步。咁呢個我對於我自己亦都好鼓勵我仔女都係讀呢個學系，而係了解更加多我哋點樣去唔單止為自己個族裔，同埋為大家所有每一個整個社會一齊去推動咯。
唔該晒陳生。咁另外一個我好好奇嘅問題就係，除咗亞裔歷史啦，我知道有好多唔同嘅民族嘅 study 啦，其實有咩分別咧同亞裔歷史？
其實我諗每一個族裔都有佢由歷史發展嘅背景嘅唔同啦。我諗如果你要睇到最遠啲，可能佢就包括我哋白人嘅族裔啊，我諗歐洲族裔點解會嚟呢度？咁啊都知道其實每一個族裔有啲好唔光彩或者好困難嘅時期，所以佢哋嚟美國。嚟到美國嗰時間亦都佢哋有唔同嘅無論喺個利益上邊啦，或者係嗰個點樣去可以爭取到佢嘅權益嗰個部分，咁呢度係我哋喺歷史上面都會讀到嘅。咁當然部分係變成一個美國歷史啦，但我哋唔想抹殺咗美國歷史入邊冇包含呢一個部分。咁所以我諗喺整個嘅情況之下，我就好重要係一樣嘢就係教育啦。我哋點樣可以喺整個學習過程入邊，由一個小朋友由年紀最細潛移默化，喺可能係小學、初中、高中，俾佢知道呢個係一個美國組成嘅一個部分。咁所以我哋會讀當然族裔歷史係一個最大後尾嘅部分啦。但係喺整個成個學習嘅過程入邊咧，我哋希望小朋友喺一個學校嘅環境入邊咧，得到佢哋所需要嘅知識，而呢個知識可以令到佢整個人生更加豐富嘅。咁所以因為咁嘅原因啦，我哋就會喺下一個集入邊啦，我哋就請咗另一個嘉賓啦，我哋就會講緊開一個學校嘅環境，喺一個重開嘅情況入邊，我哋可以點樣做，或者係有啲乜嘢喺呢個情況之下，我哋可以做得更加好咯。
多謝晒，好期待下一集再同大家見面。